Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
So no matter what happens, just keep sticking it to them. Now who are we?
Game machine.
Wrong side! Left side! Wrong side! Left side! Wrong side! Left side!
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
You all know what you have to do. Remember, no one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around. This is your game now, gentlemen. Let's get them.
This is a game we are gonna win. This is the game that people are gonna talk about for years. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose.
Let's hear it, gentlemen. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose.
Let's go play some football. Let's go, baby!
And here we go, folks.
Mic is on, and we are live. I'm still hitting share buttons. Please hold. D-Train, play us some lovely elevator music.
Mike's on. He's ready to... Oh,
Wrong.
wrong show.
By far the wrong show. My God, I'm in a lot of groups. Okay, we are good. Hey, everybody, welcome to Comedians on Football, live Tuesday night, December 28th?
No,
29th? Oh, yeah? Back at you.
Third?
Oh, the 3rd. I'm sorry. It's December 3rd. Yeah, I don't know.
That
was some radio talk for Go. Man. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on Governor's Comedy Club Radio. What a wonderful station they have here, right here at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York. Oh, do we love the Long Island?
Oh, can't get enough of it. I love coming out. Hey, Chris, you want to come out from Queens at 5 o'clock during rush hour traffic? Yeah, why not? It's my favorite time of year.
This is the part where I do the intros and you make the no talkie-talkie?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I want to thank Governor's Comedy Clubs. Oh, my goodness. So many wonderful clubs. We got the original right here in Levittown. We have the Brokerage over in Belmore. We got McGuire's over in Bohemia. So many wonderful stages to see live comedy all the time. Thank you so much for you guys are coming out in droves, and it's a lot of fun. I'll be here this weekend.
You will?
Twice.
Which night?
Twice.
What do you got?
What night?
I got the Little Room. You know our friend Mike Keegan, big Bills fan.
Yeah.
He has Mike Keegan and Friends in the Little Room, a special show with a lot of wonderful people, including a wonderful host I hear is very tall and charismatic. His name rhymes with Steve Belanger. Don't you say it. That's this Saturday live in the Little Room at Governor's, and then I'll be, back here for the All-Star Show on Sunday night in the big room. So, hey, that'll be fun. Come, won't you? Did it get creepy yet?
Won't you be my neighbor?
All righty. Well, and Zorn's and Bethpage, we're going to talk more about them in a little bit, but our big sponsor is Zorn's and Bethpage, Long Island's favorite chicken and takeout. And now, to my left, it's our good friend Will Sharon. Will, thanks for coming out.
No, good to see Will. Looking well.
Will actually was in the Jets training center. He drank out of an old jelly jar that Sam Darnold used at the end of the summer, and he caught the mono.
A little bit
He caught the mono. It could be the flu. I'm going with mono. So, Will Sharon, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. You're banned from the show and dead to me in real life, but hey, I hope you feel better.
We'll start a GoFundMe. Get well soon.
I thought you were going to say a curse word there.
No.
We'll start a go.
No, your kids watch the show.
Thank God. That's right. Thank God at least my good friend Chris D. Train Donovan has arrived.
Yeah, where's he?
host of the podcast, insert name here.
It's in Queens.
It's in Queens?
It's in Queens.
And it's not a drag queen show.
No. It could be.
It could be, and it might be. I don't know.
Next
Do you?
week. Now sounds like a great idea,
Now
actually.
sounds like a great idea. So this week we have comedian on football and a podcast. And the lovely Sally O'Neill joining
And
us.
a weird engineer.
She can't wait to talk about Tom Brady again. All righty.
Did they win again?
No.
They lost?
They lost.
Who beat them? Cowboys?
The Houston
No.
Who'd they play?
Texans.
No.
The Houston Texans.
Yep.
Wow.
The
How'd that
Houston.
happen?
They were beat by a team from Texas, just not the Cowboys.
Yeah, not the Cowboys. The Cowboys are not good.
Put up the big L. That's why I don't want to see Mike Keegan perform this weekend. He's going to be all smug.
Ooh. Well, you know the Mike Keegan story
Yeah.
with Carla Okerson,
No.
a giant Eagles fan.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that didn't go well.
No. That's
Oh,
not
she's sad. He's happy. That's rare. Usually, see, it's like
the other way around.
a fish out of water situation, except she's gonna drown him. So anyway, I don't know if you saw last week's show.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Sally, did you watch last week's show?
I
There
did.
were
Oh,
comedians.
from right there.
Because
There
I
were.
was, here.
Yeah, nice little change of pace. Last week we had comedians, very little football.
Yeah.
This week,
No comedians.
half a comedian.
They knew football.
Yeah,
They just didn't know football
they knew
today.
they knew the sport
like,
existed.
Like they'd be like, remember Lynn Swan? Like they'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was like that.
Or when Roach says the offensive lineman, do they still do this? I'm like, I don't know what that is. Or I still think the
Jazz
bar,
hands?
the low button, basically. The bar was set low with Mike Nicolia. Great comedian, funny guy,
Fantastic.
nice guy.
Nice guy.
Football knowledge, minimal.
Right?
He'll accept that. Last week, two very funny comedians, Joe Pontillo and Neil Rubenstein.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do that every time. It's like Tourette's for Semitism.
Anti?
But they both said our football knowledge isn't great. I said, come on anyway. And yeah, you can't put two of them on the same show. But we had fun.
You
Worked
need
out.
one.
Good time.
Yeah.
Right? I could have done one.
Although Joe took all your notes and read off your notes, and he did pretty good after he stole your notes.
Sally, I want you to look at some of my notes here. This was best of day. Philadelphia Eagles versus Miami Dolphins. LOL? Question mark? These are the kind of insightful notes I put together for this show. All right. Let's dive right into football, shall we?
Get into it.
Turkey Day. You watch football.
That's the only day I really, really concentrated on it.
And I kept mentioning here the 4 million football boxes I had to sell for my son's baseball team.
Which I won none of.
100
Thank you.
boxes across 3 games.
Scam.
D-Train won absolutely nothing. And somehow his Venmo returned back. I don't even know how that works. His credit failed. Sad.
Listen, I had a lot of problems growing up.
So the
that
fir-
Columbia House Records thing really caught up to me.
Did you do that?
They'll find you.
You did that, right?
Everyone did
Did you
absolutely.
scam it?
Completely.
Did you do anything? Like, did you just not pay?
I'd never paid and also used 3 different addresses.
I wrote a letter in high school back to them saying, "Dear Columbia House, I am a minor. I enter into this agreement unlawfully.
Wow.
You cannot come after me."
Oh,
I'm sure I wrote it, and that's when.
Crayon.
No, that was in high school. They came out with the pens with the erasers,
the Papermates.
Papermate erasable ink.
Yeah.
And you know what that looked like?
Oh, not good.
Like ink pooped on your paper.
Basically,
So I'm
'cause it
sure
would
I wrote
smudge everywhere.
That was my very legal document to Columbia House. I'm sure somewhere in customer service that letter is framed. Look at this a-hole. Kids, an a-hole is somebody from a different nation.
He's always the one that.
He is. He's
that
always
brings
the
brings
only
blue.
one.
Let's
Can't work
check.
clean, this guy.
Let's check my copious notes for the first game of the week, Bears versus Lions. I wrote, the parade was better.
Oh, so my only note, my only note was Brothers Osborne? Question mark. They had a
At the
power
halftime
failure.
show? Oh, what happened?
They had a power failure at the middle.
In the middle of the thing?
Yeah, they're playing guitar and singing. Nothing's coming through on the TV,
Oh.
and they let them hang for a good minute and a half, which was my favorite part of that entire game.
See,
actually,
now I want to go back and watch that.
yeah,
I like the Brothers Osborne.
they're great.
Are they from Detroit? Why are they there?
They're Ozzy's kids.
That's not.
They're not.
That's not true
it's
at all.
True at all.
my OCD just kicked in. My mouth grazed the microphone a little bit.
And you're like, ew.
I don't know
Eric.
who's been in here. I don't know what guests were in here recently.
That would be
Wel-
Eric.
welcome.
You just
Eric
made out
Shevlin?
with Eric Shevlin.
Welcome to the wonderful world of chlamydia.
Is there any penicillin in this? Let's see. Can I streamline that?
He's actually very tidy too. So as far as like people you could like make out with a microphone, I'd pick Eric.
No.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff I don't want to talk about in here.
And again, it's not like they're coming in and it's not like a dental instrument. There's
Yeah.
not somebody
Yeah.
coming in and cleaning these.
Nope.
It's not hermetically
That's-
sealed for your protection.
All I'm going to think about for the next 55 minutes of this show is how I have to go to the walk-in
Oh my
clinic.
God, we have 55 minutes left. Oh my God. That was it. I hit the Brothers Osborne. That's it. That's all I got.
So that,
Everything else is blank.
did it kick back in, or did they just
Yeah,
cut the
eventually.
commercial?
No, it eventually came back, but they literally just let them sit on the stage, no sound.
But they
A
got
little-
to be playing through. Like, they
yeah,
can
they,
hear it.
They did.
That's-
They could hear themselves, but no one else in the stadium could. Oh, and the 7 fake fans they put up front to cheer for them, they heard it.
And those are the same people I love the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
They can't see the game.
No.
They are, before the stage is disassembled at the Super Bowl, those idiots are on a bus
Back out.
hoping they can get somewhere out in downtown Atlanta where they're staying close enough to see the
The
last
good
minute of
news
the
is
game.
you're going to the Super Bowl. The bad news is you're not going to see a single play.
Right.
That reminded me of something. Hang on, I'll have a little stroke here. In about 40 minutes, I'll have it.
Oh, so, I learned about this today. Stick your tongue out. If it's stiff, then you're having a stroke. That's something you can learn.
Look away. All good.
You're good.
I don't want that meme,
Oh,
that
that's-
GIF showing up.
yeah.
Is that what you?
Couldn't wait to use that. I'm gonna-
I remembered it though. Thank you. I was at a Springsteen show once. Big finale. The house lights are on. They get to, was it Jungle? Like what? Maybe Born to Run. The
Yeah.
big solo.
Yeah.
Oh, Rosalita
Okay.
for Clarence.
Big Clarence, man. Big man coming out.
When Big Man wasn't doing too well with the bad hips, he would just
Oh,
stay on
okay.
stage.
I was
They
gonna
would
say,
walk off stage for the encore. The lights would go down, and he'd just stay there.
Just sit there and wait for everyone to come
I
back.
felt very bad.
I remember
But-
they did that to Stevie Wonder. One time. That was
But
terrible.
that's because nobody went and got him.
That's right. That's exactly what happened.
They cut to Clarence for his big solo.
What?
The mic went out on
they
his
just cut.
saxophone,
Oh, no.
and
He's killing it.
like he's got the Dizzy Gillespie cheeks out to here, and everybody's like, "Yeah."
Oh.
I wanted to see that. Okay,
Well, you saw it. You just
I
didn't
saw
hear
it.
it.
Yeah,
Just
right, I
didn't hear
did see it. But we were leaving the house in the middle of that game to go to Thanksgiving,
Right.
and my son said, "Are you watching a concert?" I'm like, "What? Oh, I guess I am." It was that brief moment of the Brothers Osborne, and then they went away.
The other part of that game is they're saying now Matt Patricia is in trouble. He
Yeah,
was supposed to bring the win from the New England pedigree, and
but who's his quarterback?
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody does. Could be you.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure on the jersey. No, not him, Sally. Are you the new slinger for the Detroit Lions?
No.
It's not Matt Stafford. It is not Mitch Trubisky. They're not helping me here. It's somebody who probably
have-
lives in Detroit.
That's right.
I could look it up. We could ask a
I was
caller.
gonna say we can.
Not going to happen.
Nope.
Moving on.
I so want to Google it right now.
Oh, let's see. What was the next game? What was the second game?
I think there was the night
on
game was The night
Thursday.
game on Thursday was.
My notes for this one. Yay, Keegan. Mike Keegan.
Oh, because you got it right.
No,
Oh, he
he's a
won. He's
big
a
Buffalo
Buffalo
Bill
Oh,
fan.
right.
Yeah.
Just happy for him.
The Bills won. I don't know if I'm happy for him.
You're happy for him. Just be happy. Be happy for him.
I'm delightful for you, Mike. Oh, Mike's having me host this weekend, his show. So that will be nice.
Oh, there you go.
He's having me walk up to the stage, back down about 40 times. Gonna get my laps in. Wear my Fitbit, get my steps.
Say,
So I wrote, yay,
gotta get my
Keegan.
laps in, Dad.
And then boo, not Halloween, boo. But boo, D-Train.
Yeah.
Because your team, the Dallas Cowboys,
Yeah.
did not play well.
If that game ends in the first 5-minute mark, big victory for Dallas.
Were they up 7-0?
7-0.
And then bad things?
Bad things. And then more bad things.
Do you, on
Followed up by
ESPN, do you
bad
ever
things.
watch the, they have the timeline of the whole 60-minute game and percentage of winning?
Yeah.
So it's like 90%, 90%,
Did
falling off the
not
cliff.
look good. Did not look
So
good. The
let's-
team didn't look good. They were at home. Every time they scanned up to Jerry Jones in the box, he got sadder and sadder.
Like, that was a new, boop, let's see what he's,
Yeah. It's so funny too because I traveled for work last week in Dallas during their off week, and that town is.
Doesn't that work out great? You're sending me to Dallas?
Yeah, awesome.
Bye week.
Yeah. Oh, they're in New England before that, and then bye week, and then they're playing.
How'd they do against New England? Carry the 7. No.
So basically,
Yes,
if you're a team in the NFC East, you're going to beat the Cowboys this year because that's how it's kind of been rolling.
What? And
Jets, Dolphins, Bills.
Oh, in the AFC East.
AFC
You said
East, I'm
NFC.
sorry.
AFC East. They've
yeah.
all beaten them?
All beaten them. Jets, Dolphins. Jets.
No, the Dolphins
Bills.
didn't beat the Cowboys.
No, the Jets, the Bills, and the Patriots.
Do the Cowboys play? Or the Cowboys?
Look at you, your little
I know,
fancy
he's
chart.
very
Thank you.
organized.
Oh my God, OCD.
You know, playing the Miami Dolphins. You
No,
played
no.
all the other ones?
We played all the other ones. Yeah, they lost to 3 AFC East teams.
Chicago Bears.
Oh.
That looked like a good game on the schedule. Now,
Questionable.
go back to my notes. LOL. I don't. Are they flexing that to 8 in the morning?
Just
And then you
a mean
have
person.
Hang on, yeah, I'm very mean. The Rams. That's the Jekyll and Hyde team.
Yeah, you don't know what team's going to show up, but the last 2 games of the year are always NFC East opponents, right?
Yeah,
Is
but
that
you've got Philly
Philly, who could be either way. You don't have no idea what.
and Washington
Washington's-
coming on strong.
Unless he's in the stands taking a selfie, we'll be, we might be okay.
He's not still in the league, is he?
Oh,
No, he's still
should
at
be out
Dwayne
by now.
Haskins, if I'm not mistaken.
Has been.
That one I got. That one I have. But I wanted to make fun of you, saying, "Oh, you're so lucky that the Cowboys are in the NFC East."
We're very lucky.
But I looked at the AFC West. The other 3 teams are just as bad.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the Chiefs are 8-4. They're going to make the playoffs. But
They're looking like they're in good shape.
no,
No, for the playoffs, not for
They're
the,
gonna-
not for
they're-
a deep run.
The stats
Plus they
page
have
I was
Andy
looking
Reid.
at 99.5. Don't. I will not have you blaspheme Andy Reid in here. When
You can say anything you want about Jason Garrett because I don't think he's long for this world.
Yeah. What's Oh my God.
Oh, he's dropping things.
The notes
That's
are done.
It.
That's it.
He's,
Show's over.
the microphone's hitting his face. He's dropping pens. He's,
Welcome
boy,
to
what a
Comedians on
disaster.
Three Stooges. What do you think of Jason Garrett's chances?
He's not going to make it past this year. I was just thinking about his entire run with Dallas and sort of the whole career is one good year.
And that was right at the outset.
Yeah.
And they had I liked him when they were on the Hard Knocks.
Oh yeah, that was
He
was
was
a likable guy.
he was
for
a
sure.
very-
and I think that's why
When I
he's
fell in
lasted
love
as-
with Rex Ryan.
Oh, how cute is that?
Easy. He rubs my feet. I also have a Sanchez tattoo over on my
Oh,
other
thank
arm.
God he did not say Dirty Sanchez.
Well, speaking of Jim Jones.
Oh.
Jim Jones?
What?
Jerry Jones. Jim Jones.
Mike, isn't that the guy who gave
Yeah, the
juice and
Kool-Aid,
killed
yeah.
yourself?
I just booked a flight to Guyana today, so fond
What's in
memories.
his little Centene bottle
I
over
know.
there.
Maybe that's your pill juice over there.
I drink pickle juice, okay? It keeps me young. I sleep in a hyperbaric chamber, and I meditate 17 times a day.
Is that why your voice is so golden?
That's what. Yes. Yeah, I got
Can't wait for that Zorns read.
I got no, we do video now,
Oh,
bro.
dear, look
I
at
just
you.
sit back.
You
You
fancy
get
pants.
my dulcet tones on video.
Wow.
Permanently recorded. You don't know what dulcet means. That's okay.
just gonna
But
Google it.
Ron Rivera
Don't let me use my
was
phone.
fired today.
Yes.
So does that open the door if the Cowboys lose this week
Right.
to Chicago? It's
Chicago.
in Soldier. It's on Soldier at Soldier
At
Field.
Soldier Field.
Can't speak.
Yeah, try to get that again.
All right.
One more time.
Sally, cut
What?
that, splice it, go back.
Okay, go back.
Cowboys are playing at Soldier Field this
They
weekend.
are.
And if they lose, does Jerry Johnson say, you know what? I'm going to Ron Rivera this little SOB right out of here.
That's a verb now, Ron Rivera.
I think.
I like it.
He was getting a handy thinking of Ron Rivera.
I think they just give him to the end of the year. He's got a 5-year deal that he signed 2 years ago, right?
But if you're Jerry Jones, first of all, none of your clothes would fit. Secondly,
I'd have so much money.
would you be getting $79 rub and tugs?
Oh, did he get those?
No,
it was.
I assume they
Kraft.
all do now.
It
I
was-
don't understand.
it was
I don't
Robert
understand
Kraft,
the
right?
1%. That was Robert Kraft.
Man, I paid 80.
But he's the guy. Well, the $1 tip. He's one of those guys. Like, he doesn't answer to anybody.
No.
You think as angry
He's
as he
the-
looked
yeah,
in
he's-
the box on Thursday,
Yeah.
if Jason Garrett gets blown out by 17 points, do you think he just goes home and picks up he's probably still got the phone
That's not connected.
I know, but this is him in the car. He
Oh,
looks like
wait. We're doing pantomime?
No, he's Richard Gere
Improv.
in
Yes,
Pretty
sir.
Woman. His car phone still has a cord. Yeah, have Jason Garrett in my office by 9:00 tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think he doesn't want to be nice, right? There's no reason to keep
No,
up a
there's
corporate
no-
image.
there's
He
no
wants to
reason.
slice him at the legs.
He's already ready. I mean, he's chomping at the bit. He already trashed him before the Thanksgiving game. I think the guy was, Jason Garrett was sweating.
He's just trying to deflect because there's a glisten going on here. There's a lot of trash talk for a team.
No, look at me.
Carry on.
Professional Mike.
Checkmate.
Oh,
Your team is in first place.
yeah.
A lot of
With
talk.
a 500 record.
We're talking about firing a team that's in first place.
Yeah, but I mean by default. I
Yeah.
mean he's in a terrible, terrible division this year.
There's no chance, right? The Redskins are officially eliminated, as are the New York Giants.
Yeah. Giants
So
are
it's
2.
Eagles.
Eagles have a shot at the playoffs if they win the division.
Well, that's the only way.
Yeah, it's the
that's
only
the
way.
only
Yeah, yeah.
the only road in.
There's only one team from the NFC East going into the playoffs this
Oh.
year, and that's the division winner, right? I
Every
mean,
year.
that's by far.
I mean, everything else is pretty much locked up, unless
What
the
we got?
Rams make a run. Rams and the Vikings
Yes.
are one game apart. Bears are kind of done. I don't know. All right, we're gonna get to the playoffs in a second. Let's continue on. Are you done with the Cowboys? You have
I'm
anything
going
else?
back to my playoffs. I got notes.
You got notes. Anything else to say on the Cowboys game?
Cowboys game. I got nothing else. We got a lot of problems.
That was okay. No, let's see. That one started at 4. Yeah, that was sleepy time for Stevie. A lot of tryptophan.
They pulled out the turkey like at the beginning of the game, and I'm like, listen, can I just get through the first quarter here?
I was eating at the beginning of the third quarter, and then I went to go sit down. That was a good game.
Sounds like the listeners of this podcast right now.
Sally, he thinks we have listeners. And then we get right into the Thursday night game, and my notes are, watched it. No memory.
Nothing. I got nothing.
I vaguely remember the Saints did not play well
No, but
against the Falcons.
Yeah, but they pulled that out because the Falcons are so bad. That's another coach in trouble. Got to be, right?
Oh, the Falcons?
Falcons coach?
It's got to be. But, yeah, even before Matty Ice got hurt, they were just bad. They were actually worse.
They were worse when he was
They've
there.
come around.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the Saints are the first team this year to clinch a
clinch a
playoff
playoff
spot.
spot.
Yes.
Yeah, look
oh,
at that.
there you go. Did
buy me
I
a Coke.
step on your three lines of notes? Was that one of them?
No,
Rams, no playoffs.
No,
okay.
No, Rams, no playoffs.
So the Saints played. I drifted off. So if you're a Saints fan, I apologize, but you're in the playoffs. Mind your business, all right?
Yeah, nobody cares.
Niners,
Life
Ravens,
is
great
great.
game on Sunday.
Yes.
Bad weather, back and forth. Garoppolo.
I just look at that because of a bad field goal kicker in that game. Remind me of the Dallas game. That guy missed 2 field goals. So he's looking.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I mean, they were chip shots.
What was? Oh, I should have done that. A lot of things were missed this week.
Yeah.
For
A lot of
Vinatieri
kickers.
missed like 7.
Vinatieri, they were talking about like he's got to retire, and the guy's like a Hall of Famer. I mean, first
Weren't you here like week 2?
I was here week 1.
Week 1?
Yeah.
Seems like a high spot.
I think somebody else canceled that day too.
He's the one person who consistently shows up for you.
That is true. Well, Sally.
And he was here before I was even here today.
And nervous.
No, that could be
Hey, what door? I don't know. It smells like bacon, and these guys are looking at me weird. Where should I be?
That guy had 3 pounds of bacon on his grill.
If you go in there, like, it smells great, and then you go in, there's a box of bacon. I'm like, dude, when was that made? I know they make a lot of sandwiches.
It's so good over there. I just don't even care. Like, it's so good.
I bought a pack of gum to not offend my 2 friends here, because a little breath action.
Gotcha. Didn't
and,
work, but
it
hey,
was-
I appreciate the effort.
Now I
That's a
smell like
thought.
bacon. Which I
That's
normally
Eric's
do
mic
anyway.
tomorrow. Oh, actually, that's Sally's mic tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Change that.
Niners Ravens game, great game, and possibly.
Super Bowl preview.
Yeah, I don't like saying that because
That eliminates your team.
yeah.
But sad Stevie.
I'll fight
Sad
through
Stevie's
it.
not fun,
I'll
Stevie.
fight through it.
Are you out?
No, we're gonna make it.
He's going to get into the playoffs. It's gonna be a tough road.
It's going to be a tough road. I was worried, like I am for the last 400 years now, about the Patriots. And now I think I can handily beat the Patriots this week.
I think the Patriots are going to have a rough time scoring for the rest of the year.
Yes, and my defense is starting to come along. The Chiefs play the Patriots this week at 4:30. And just got my schedule. I'm going to be here at the 7:30 show.
Oh.
The 4:25 Chiefs-Patriots game I'll be watching on my phone with my glasses and maybe those things doctors wear, laser scope, something, so I can actually see the screen.
Okay,
Condom.
I'm glad I
You
didn't
think-
say I'm glad
What kind
I
of
didn't say
doctors
what I
are
was
you hanging
thinking.
out with? 49ers Ravens.
Mostly.
Garoppolo versus Lamar Jackson. I think that was a fantastic matchup. I would watch that again.
Absolutely. Lamar Jackson's becoming a very exciting player to watch.
Oh, it's annoying.
Yeah, I hate that. I don't need that.
He's going to get all the Mahomes kids.
Yeah.
He's going to get the next generation of kids.
Absolutely.
Like Russell Wilson. My kid loves Russell Wilson from his first couple of years.
Sure.
Now it's all going to be the Lamar
And
Jackson
Russell
jersey.
Wilson's coming back too this year. Might be
we're going to
exciting
get to
too.
that game.
All right.
Oh, what a game. That's
what
why
a
I got the
game.
bags under my eyes. Browns Steelers. What? I'm not going to say it because that's a bad word.
Right.
What the hell
The Mark Maron podcast.
is wrong with Freddie Kitchens? Did you
Oh.
see the shirt? And it wasn't on the sideline. I thought it was on the sideline.
I did not see the shirt.
He wore a shirt out that was somebody Instagrammed saying Pittsburgh started it. About the fight with Mason Rudolph.
Yes, and I heard the clip. I didn't understand what he was talking about when he was talking about the shirt. I just
He's
wore it out.
apologizing for the
I
shirt,
just wore
yeah.
it out. Yeah, I was under a jacket.
So if you hear that,
Jacket.
can you and you're listening to that in your car? Go.
I'm
What
going,
kind of was it? A Frankie Savory Lax
I'm
shirt?
thinking
What could it be?
racial epithet. I'm thinking anti-Semitism. I'm thinking everything.
Was it like
bad.
when in Die Hard 3 where they made Bruce Willis's character go up to Harlem with the sandwich board that said
not a
things?
Good, not a good look. Yeah.
And did you see it on like basic cable?
I don't have basic cable.
When they show that movie,
the cord, baby.
When they show that movie
wanna
on
do
cable,
that.
it says,
Fun.
"I don't like Harlem" or something like.
Oh
that.
yeah.
That's not real soul food, Sylvia. Yeah, so Freddie Kitchens wore that out. I thought when I first read it, I thought he wore it on the sideline.
Well, during the hearing, he said that the quarterback used a
That's
racial.
what Myles Garrett. said.
Yeah.
But he called me a name, so I cracked him over the head with
With
his
a
own
helmet.
stinking helmet.
That's right,
Eye
yeah.
for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, not a good look.
It was
No.
quite the scene. Like when they did it in slow motion, it was like, wow.
It's a lot more pleasant to watch than the Joe Theismann breaking his leg.
Yeah, no, that I can watch and not cringe.
can watch
And
no problem.
my favorite part of it, the helmet thing is horrible.
Yeah.
It came out last night. I was like, again he got him. I thought he was going to duck this time. But when he's like staring back at him, Mason Rudolph is going, like, giving one of these, and the other brown guy just walks by and goes, gaboosh. He goes ass over elbows, and he's like, this is like a schoolyard fight. Like,
Right.
this is memories of me, like, in second grade.
Did that
yeah.
guy get a concussion or anything from it, or it was just the one who got hit in the head?
I don't think he did.
They didn't do
was like
concussion
no big
protocol.
deal.
I don't
No,
think they-
and Pouncey kicked that dude, Myles
Yeah,
Garrett, in the head.
In the head.
But he had a helmet on. So much better if he doesn't have a
That's
helmet
all
on.
fair then.
It's all fair. But I did enjoy watching the Steelers beat the Browns because don't like Freddie Kitchens,
Right?
don't like the Browns, really don't like Baker Mayfield.
Oh, yeah, he's not a likable guy.
So moving on. Yes.
So Mike Tomlin, they're talking about him as coach of the year because he's got nobody on his team, and he's still in the playoffs.
they are the
Picture.
6th seed right
Yeah,
now. They're
yeah.
the 6th seed.
And I hate the Steelers just from the 1970s Lynn Swan era, which you mentioned
That's
last week.
back-to-back weeks
Lynn
with Lynn
Swan
Swan.
got named 3 times in 1 week.
And unless it comes up organically, this might be the first week without a Tecmo Bowl. We'll see.
Oh.
Without a Tecmo Bowl reference. Let's see
Do I
how
have that on there?
Pittsburgh finishes out the year with Arizona, beatable.
Could they're garbage,
Buffalo,
Oh, that's a tough game.
New York Jets,
beatable.
I don't even know if they have to
obviously.
play it. They might just go on the computer simulation and call it a day. Oh, and then Baltimore. But
It's gonna be. They might be resting everybody at that point, though.
no, Chiefs are going to be fighting them for the first place.
Home field advantage.
Home field.
All right, so it's
Home
going to be
field, please.
it's going to be a tough road for the Steelers to make it in. However, Tomlin is doing a great job without his quarterback, without his main receiver.
And Connor's been out. Juju's been out.
Yeah,
He's doing,
the guy who's playing quarterback for them now is the 4th on the depth chart in spring training. I don't know his name.
Nope.
Don't look at me like that. I got no information past that.
the only third stringer I knew this whole year was the Jets' third stringer, Luke Fales.
Oh.
Because that's the guy I want to sign. You think when they're drawing up the contract, they're like, oh, should we really? Luke Fales? Can that be right? Yeah. No, but you're right.
They were going to go with Joey Interception, but he failed the drug test.
Freddie fumbles. No, I agree. Mike Tomlin is doing a fantastic job. And you know who else does a fantastic job?
Zorns of Bethpage.
The wonderful people over at Zorns of Bethpage. My goodness, that's some delicious food. Right, Sally?
Yes. Hold on. Here we go. This would be great. Can't wait.
Oh, we're doing.
Comedians on Football is proud to be sponsored by Zorns of Bethpage, Long Island's favorite chicken and takeout. They have been providing great tasting homemade food here on Long Island for almost 80 years. And they do it the old-fashioned way. Everything is made by hand, fresh right on the premises. And they never use any preservatives or artificial flavoring, just the same ingredients you would use in your own kitchen. Zorns of Bethpage is home to grade A poultry, time-honored traditions, and family recipes. And if you haven't visited their new store yet, please do. It's located at the same location, 4321 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage, just west of the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. The new store features old traditions with new beginnings. And if you plan on having folks over to watch a big game, check out their All Sports Anytime package. It's a 2-foot hero, 60 buffalo wings, 3 pounds of pasta, and chocolate chip cookies, all for under $100. Zorns of Bethpage is great if you're feeding just a few or a whole household. You can't go wrong with good old Zorns of Bethpage deliciousness. So check out Zorns of Bethpage today. Oh, we love the good people over at Zorns of Bethpage. Christopher, you look like a man who's eaten some fried chicken in your time.
Oh, me? I just have a couple pieces on the console right now, as a matter of fact.
Was wondering what that
fried
was.
chicken too. I just thought they did like
No,
grilled.
they
do
are
everything.
known for their
Fried.
fried chicken.
They fry
They
it.
do, Sally. They do 2 different types of fried. They do your traditional fried. They do something I like called the Southern fried with a buttermilk batter. It's delicious. Got
Cold
creepy again.
and-
Didn't it?
I was going to let it sit there for a while because it was very creepy.
And my son started doing it at the table last night. We said something, I don't know what came up, and they said, "Is it Zorns of Bethpage?" Like, we hear you say that all the time. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Do you
pay,
like?
They pay for the food on your table, you little. And they're like, "How much do you make from them?" And I said, "That's none of your business."
That's right.
And it's daddy's business. And my little one said, "I want to try Zorns." I'm like, "You've been eating Zorns since you were 2. We used to put it in a blender and feed it." He's like, "I've never had it." I'm like, "We had it 3 weeks ago at your brother's birthday party." Nope, I've never had. Like, adamantly arguing with. So Brian, go to your room.
Ah,
Swords really is great. Like places from like all over the world. Like when people come to visit here, like we'll bring them there. It's like you can't go wrong. It's like it's a good meal.
It's fantastic, and the new kitchen. Oh,
and I used to
what a
love when
building.
that guy played for the Seattle Seahawks. Jim Zorn.
nope. Hey, Meryl Zorn is the lovely woman who runs Zorns of Bethpage. She's a delight, always supportive of our shows. So let's go support her. Maybe we'll traipse down there, or we'll shoot right down 24, and we'll have some Zorns of Bethpage. So
Sounds
try
good to
some
me.
Zorns deliciousness tonight. And you know what? Right now we have a special call from Ken Pichelle. We're finally going to pick up the phone. Ken, hello. Hello, Ken. Are you there?
I think he
looks
hung
like
up.
the
I,
phone.
I unplugged the phone.
Ken, I'm sorry.
It wasn't Steve's idea. It was mine. Sorry.
We'll get
It's
him
a-
next week.
Steve
a-
wanted to take phone calls all night long.
All-
I said, no, you can't.
I walked in and I said, you know what? I had that 15th cup of coffee today. Let's just do a 7-hour show where all we do is take calls. But D-Train has so many notes. Rodea is going to be here at 8 doing his show, so we really can't take any calls.
This one just says talk to Steve.
And that's yesterday's. Green Bay Packers played the New York Football Giants.
That was an exciting game.
Again, I must have been feeling a little lazy with my notes. I wrote, "At least the snow was pretty." Because I do like watching the snow game, except nothing happened. The Packers looked like they were playing just on a wonderful spring day.
Yeah, they were.
The Giants looked like they were playing a drunken bar game out on the beach.
They were doing whatever they wanted to do. The Giants.
They had their way with them.
Oh, excuse me.
That's the
They're not Ben
Steelers.
Roethlisberger again. Oh,
He gets one of those in a week,
that's
doesn't
going to be some libel.
Yeah.
Little rapey.
Little rapey.
Just a smidge. I don't think
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is. Brett Favre. Meh. The Eagles played the Dolphins, and I can't help but laugh because the Eagles, in contention for the NFC East title, lost to the 1-win Dolphins. Did you see the trick play?
Yes, that was a really, really fun one.
Now, if you're the Eagles defensive coordinator, and they line up for that play, and I believe it was the place kicker lined up as a receiver,
Yeah.
against 3 defenders. He tiptoed through them easier than a Black Friday sales line.
Wow, thank God you finished that off.
They
We were like, no.
Yeah,
no, my kids are
Next
watching.
week, the new host of Comedians on Football, Chris Donovan.
We'll be talking to 2 empty chairs. It'll just be called On Football.
Right.
The 3 of them had nobody else around.
No.
And they all
Couldn't
went.
have been worse defended.
It's like the place kicker said, "Boo," and they went, "Oh," and he just, and did you see like in slow motion the pass?
Yeah.
It went not only end over end, but somehow sideways. It broke the law of physics, I'm pretty sure. And yet the place kicker caught it for the touchdown. Dolphins beat the Eagles, and there's nothing left to say about that.
It kept us in first place.
It did. Us. That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excuse me, Jerry Jones calling.
Can you do it for 69?
That's the number that pops in your head.
The rub and tug, he's looking for a bargain. I thought you were going to say that's the voice that pops in your head. What is that? That's actually, I'm pretty sure that's the voice I use for my father-in-law on stage when I make fun of my in-laws. Don't listen, kids. Again, rewind that in your head and don't listen. Also, the Buccaneers played the Jaguars.
Nobody cares.
Nope. I wrote Winston versus Foles.
Oh, yeah. Well, Foles
Foles
is now
is
permanently
done.
benched.
He's benched for
Winston.
the stash.
Yes. Mayhew.
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner
The
Minshew.
second?
I was going to say Winston Mayhew.
Winston. Because of that.
Gardner Minshew.
All right, we are halfway done.
So
this
$88
week's
million
action.
they put into this guy,
Nick
and he's
Foles.
going to sit on the bench for the rest of the year.
How much?
How much money?
$88 million over
wow.
4 years.
How much is
right?
Eli getting this year?
Oh, yeah.
And they said that Daniel Jones is okay and should play this week, and if not him, maybe the third stringer.
Not Eli.
Eli's okay to play, but he
Or
won't.
Just not.
It's not. I believe him and Jason Garrett have some plans.
Did Jacksonville think they were one like QB away from a title? Is that what they thought they were missing?
But the Bortles years, like,
Yeah.
remember that was a big. I don't even remember when this was, but I remember watching the Red Zone, and they cut away from something. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening in Jacksonville, the beginning of the Bortles era, because he was coming off the bench, and I was like,
Yeah.
really?
We're excited about this?
And it still hasn't happened.
Nope. Jacksonville's a very nice weather, though.
You know who I can't get behind ever is the Tennessee Titans.
I hope me.
Do not
Kids go to
invite
bed.
him back unless everyone else cancels again,
And then beg.
and then beg him to make the trip on 495.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Since the Music City Miracle,
Oh.
they have not.
Yuck.
They have not. Who was that against? That was against the Bills. That wasn't against you guys.
No, it wasn't. It was just gross. Poor Bills.
That was.
Although I hate them.
I don't know. I don't.
I go back and forth.
They're actually better since they got rid of Mariota. I was not a Mariota believer.
No, he didn't.
And now they've got Ryan Tannehill, who I don't have that much faith in, but they've got Derrick Henry.
Isn't he a Miami Dolphin reject?
He's
Yeah.
the one we've talked about on the show
Yeah.
when they were on Hard Knocks. He said, "Why do we play the Jets and the Patriots so many times?" And we're like, "Well, they're in our division."
Oh.
Like, huh?
What?
He didn't understand how the NFL divisions worked.
That's all right.
Kid who spent his whole life grooming himself to play in the NFL doesn't know how conferences and divisions work. All right, Jets and Bengals. Again, my note. I don't know what to do with that game. That was not fun to watch for anybody.
No, not even
On Red
Jet
Zone,
fans.
that game got about, I'm going to say 80 seconds.
I miss Red Zone.
of
I got to bring
attention.
that back. I used to like that channel.
It's dice. We're not going to talk about that one.
All right.
Carolina Panthers lost to the
Oh.
Redskins. A lot of weird games.
Yep, and cost him his job.
Cost him his job. They were a 10-point favorite, so were the Eagles.
Yep.
Both crapped the bed, and now he's out of work. Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera, and they replaced him with Perry Fuel, right? And I thought it was the lead singer from Jane's Addiction.
No, I'm pretty sure he was the guy who drove the van in the A-Team. No? Perry? No? Perry. Who am I
Not
thinking
him
of?
either.
Damn it. Nobody cares. Carolina.
Nobody
So
cares.
what happens with Cam Newton?
Oh, the Cam Newton era is over.
How do you spell that? E-R-R-O-R?
Ooh,
No.
look
Cam
at
Newton.
you playing,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wordplay.
Wordplay. He's going to be too expensive to keep.
To keep?
Yeah.
You're going to keep the other guy? You're going to start a whole new...
gotta.
Where does he go?
Oh,
This is a fun
this is
game.
exciting. Let's
Where
play
could
this.
where can he go?
Where
Where can we bring
can
Cam Newton?
Newton go?
He's gonna want a big market because he's got the suits.
Big time.
Not the Jets, not the Giants.
Well, they're going to both be looking for quarterbacks, but
No, not this year. Danny Jones, Danny Dimes, Sammy
I'm
Darnold.
not sold on either one of them. I mean, I know that New York would get
Oh.
crazy about a quarterback once he completes a pass, but I'm not. I don't think either one of those guys are like outstanding.
in the New York fans' defense, it doesn't happen that often.
Very good point.
Steelers.
Ooh, that's an interesting.
Roethlisberger's
Yeah,
gonna probably
he's gotta be
retire
done.
after this year once he
Yeah.
cashes out a check. I'm hoping Baker Mayfield gets hit by a bus, so maybe that'll be. You know what? The damn commercials keep running. Absolutely horrible. Make some money. But the fact that those stupid Baker Mayfield commercials are on during every game when he has crapped the bed, like show me Myles Garrett in a commercial. He needs the money.
Brian Bosworth is laughing at him. Brian Bosworth made a movie though, so if he can get that
Stone
big,
Cold?
Was it Stone Cold? It might have been Stone Cold.
No, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Maybe.
It might have been Stone Cold before Steve Austin.
Somebody look that up.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments. Sally's going to read the comments, and we'll get back to you next week. Stone Cold?
The vehicle.
Boz also had his own video game. It wasn't Tecmo Bowl, but I'm pretty sure he had a football video game.
And when we have our Tecmo, if you're playing at home, if you're playing
You know what
football,
else likes
Comedians
Tecmo
on
Bowl?
Football's bingo.
Swords of Bet. No, we did that already. All right. I'm known for my segues, Dave. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? Know what I'm saying?
Keeping it real.
I wrote bye-bye Ron. Rams Cardinals. Big blowout. I don't know what the hell is happening with the Rams.
No.
Just not a team to figure
Remember,
out.
do you remember No Idea? We had the 2 Rams fans in all of New York City used to come in
No.
to the Sunday games. Steve
Wait,
and I
where were
first-
they?
Where were they? What do
the
you
Rams
mean?
back
Oh,
then.
they were in St. Louis. They
This
were in
was
St.
when
Louis.
Dee and I worked at the same bar in Manhattan back in the early 1940s.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, my baby. Oh, my honey. Oh, my ragtime guy.
right after Prohibition.
St. Louis Rams?
St. Louis Rams before Kurt Warner.
I'm trying to even remember that.
Yeah, I
team.
don't remember. They, I
That's-
mean,
so
literally
that's
the only 2
early 90s.
Yeah, the only 2 Rams fans in New York City. They came to No Idea and watched that team every week.
Who's the one? It might be you, John Smokehouse. That tells me to come to
my
Queens
porn
at
name?
the Chiefs bar.
Is that-
No.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the name of it? John Smokehouse.
It's John Brown Smokehouse.
John Brown Smokehouse.
I'm like, John Smokehouse.
Everybody's like,
you know
oh,
my porn name? thought I
Again,
paid
Matthew
to
and
get
Brian, my 2 wonderful sons. Please,
thought I paid
Uncle
to
D
get those
Train was
DVDs
kidding.
destroyed.
Everybody, you got to go to John Brown Smokehouse,
That's
big
a
Chiefs bar.
big Chiefs bar. Yeah.
I'm like, you know where else I could go?
Home.
My couch.
Yeah,
Very
I love-
nice.
I love not doing things.
You got to go to Arrowhead. I would like to go to Arrowhead someday, but and even Eric is going to see the game in Foxborough.
Yeah, he is.
And
The one time I'm in Dallas, they were out of town both Sundays, both wraparound Sundays. They were out of town.
the first
and I'm probably die this
the
year.
first year with Andy Reid, probably. Let me check my box pool.
Do you
I
guys
do
like
have-
going to football games, or do you like to? Do you
Nope.
like it?
Can't stand it.
Actually going to a football
Yeah,
game,
like going
you
to a
can't
football
see
game.
anything. You have no
I
idea
know.
what's going on. I'm
It's
watching
so
it on the big
different
screen.
than like a baseball game. Like a baseball game is so enjoyable.
I really
like. I don't even
enjoy-
care. I mean, I know this sounds weird, but I don't even care if like you're winning, like or losing. Like I'm just happy to be there. And the football games, I'm like, I don't get why people go to these.
When you are like an ADD addled, I'll say gambler, but back in my earlier days more. But like when you're click, 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 like, and you're used to being in a bar with 7 games, then you go to like, I went to a Jets Giants game. I'm like, 2 plays, and then it was like, "Ooh, what's happening?
Yeah.
What? There's like 90 seconds of deadness. I'm like, I'm like scratching. I'm like a junkie. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
This is before cell phones. I'm like, I'm just
No.
staring at the numbers on the
Freezing,
screen.
You know,
it's
like
cold.
it's like I don't want to be
Horrible.
like a big whiner, but I'm like, this is not fun.
And like to go to a Jets Giants game, like that's a 2.5 day commitment.
7 hours.
You got to leave Friday night and take off Monday and most of Tuesday.
I remember we went to a Monday night game at.
You might still be there.
Yeah, and it was Steelers Jets, and then there was a fight in the upper deck towards the end of the game. Guy almost got thrown off the upper deck, and they had that plexiglass. Smacks on the plexiglass.
It's not. There's not enough. Well, also the one that scares me is the upper deck at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, you're gonna die.
It's
That's the steepest thing in the world.
but there's not
Bodie Miller gets scared when he goes up there. looking
not
down.
known for fighting, but the upper deck at Arthur Ashe Arena for the U.S. Open.
Also scary.
That is like.
And the winds whip
I
up
almost
there.
said indigo. It's vertigo inducing. It's also indigo inducing for the color scheme. But we went up there once, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, you feel like moving.
And I'm too tall. Like the seat in front of me like barely covers my shoe. I'm like, I could just see myself tumbling down 47 people before even anybody puts a hand up to stop
Yeah,
me.
after 7 Grey Goose cocktails at $90 a piece.
What kind of money do you think I foot with, bro? One cocktail, half a thing of ice cream, we all split it.
Oh, that's cute. 2 spoons?
That was my nickname in high school. We talked about the Rams. Oh, look at this game. This one looked good. Chiefs Raiders. Again, I wrote 40-9. It should have been 60.
Yeah,
I was upset
scored.
with that game.
Yeah, well, did you have the over?
No, did you know that? You know the story?
No, tell me.
So, the over-under was 49. Sally, the over-under in sports gambling is you bet the total score of both teams. So if the number
Doesn't matter who wins.
the score is if the number is 49, you bet the under. The total of both teams comes to 48. You're a winner.
34-14. You're a winner.
Wow.
You can bet the over. It's
Okay.
another way to gamble on something you can't control.
Just
Yeah.
like the coin quest.
Very well spoken.
Yeah. Welcome.
Podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's like
welcome to
21, right? Playing blackjack, where like if you go over, it's like
Yes,
okay.
but the over/under in the Raiders-Chiefs game was 49. With I think 40 seconds to go, it was 38-3. The Raiders scored a touchdown to bring it to 47. Extra point. The under still comes in. With under a minute to play, the extra point was blocked, and the Chiefs ran it back 90 yards for a
wow.
two-point
Or a
conversion
2-point conversion.
to get to a push on the 49. That is the ultimate slap in
Yeah.
the ass. Mm-hmm. That's why we don't gamble. Remember, bet with your head, not over it.
Speaking of gambling.
Yeah, well, go on. What do you got? What do you got? Bet.
Mr. Shaw from the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes. Oh,
This genius plays a 3-team parlay. Not even just like, maybe make a quiet bet on a team.
is he a professional? Is he a player right now on the 45-man roster?
He was not on the roster at the
Practice
time.
squad?
He was on the practice squad, I
Still,
believe.
you have a contract.
But
with
do
the
you know what he
team.
put on his ticket as occupation?
NFL player?
Pro football player.
Wait, why is he writing his occupation on his ticket?
Because I think it was enough money that you sort of have to fill
Oh,
out.
when he cashed it
Yeah,
out? Yeah, you got to fill out the tax paperwork.
Pro football player.
Oh, occupation? I play for one of those teams I wagered on. Okay.
Three-team parlay, all second half stuff. Bet against his own team, and bet against the team he used to be on.
What? How much did he win? Do we know that?
Not that I don't know. I mean, I'm
Because
sure it's
practice
available
squad
out there.
guys, I don't think make a ton.
But he was on a roster last year, so
he's made some
and
coin.
he's been on the roster from time to time, so he's made some coin for sure.
Now,
He's not making Chris D-Train money, but
that's
who
mostly
really
Bitcoin,
is.
isn't it?
Yeah, well, at this point, it is.
You don't make enough to cover your household taxes, do
Yeah,
you?
it's the newspaper business.
Okay. What is that? The
Nothing.
News?
Yeah,
What's
your,
the word?
Your kids know all about it. It's all the rage now.
I come from
They're all-
magazines. We've
everyone's-
both in dying industries. Good times.
Everyone's throwing away their phones and picking up newspapers.
Well, we went from traditional old media to staring at cameras that nobody's watching. So this is working out great.
Oh, it's a camera.
You know what I have as a backup plan? Stand-up comedy. That's
Yeah, that's it.
that's
Yeah.
perfect. I'm going to start mining for gold in the Great Oyster Bay. The Chiefs played well. They should have obliterated that team. It should have been 40-0 by halftime.
Yep.
And they still make me nervous. Jacobs just ran at will.
I don't follow that team that often. Is that still a big rivalry, KC Oakland?
It hasn't been because
Oakland hasn't been up to
I don't remember
snuff,
the last
right?
time Oakland won.
Yeah, but that used to be violent games.
I don't
right?
know.
That and Oakland, Denver, are the two most violent games. I've
All of
ever
them
seen.
were Oakland, kind of anybody in the division.
Sure,
Even
sure.
it used to be the Seahawks back when they were in the AFC
Yeah,
West.
yeah. True.
But it's been I can't remember the last time the Chiefs lost to an AFC West opponent.
Right.
As kind of braggy as that sounds.
Yeah,
I got my own shoes. That's how I brag.
Oh.
But the Chiefs will make the
Very
playoffs,
confused by that
and
statement.
I'm nervous that they're not going to go as far as I would like.
Because they have Andy Reid as a head coach.
I like Andy Reid. Everybody hates. You're this close to being an Andy Reid impersonator, dude. All you need is a clipboard and a red jacket. You can do the press conference
And I'd
tomorrow.
have to have a losing record. 500.
Holy moly,
500.
The Chargers played the Broncos again. The Chargers have 4 wins on a football season.
Oh, and the Phillip Rivers era is over in the Charger land, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
They go for Cam.
Yeah.
It's not over. He's
Well,
going to stay as long as he can.
Isn't he injured now? And
No, he played.
Oh, he played. Okay.
But
do I have that
he has to
right?
play. He has 47 kids to pay for. Kind of.
Oh, did he do the old? What was the basketball player that like? Oh, Kemp, Sean Kemp. Didn't he have like 7 kids in 7 different markets?
In 7 different markets.
Yeah.
No,
He
Philip
loved
Rivers,
himself a road game.
Philip
Sean
Rivers is super. He's the anti-Roethlisberger. He only has sex with his wife every 9.5 months, apparently, because they have
find
a
that suspect as well.
full. You think it's done artificially? You think there's a machine that does it in the house?
Well, doesn't everybody have one?
Okay. The Chargers. I wrote Chargers
It's
are
not being
cursed.
filmed, is it?
Apparently not.
I haven't had your guys' mics on for a long time. So
That's fantastic. Now, the Patriots played the Texans. They did not look very good.
The Patriots didn't look good.
No.
yeah,
No.
what happened?
They just looked sluggish. The Texans came out guns a-blazing, and the Patriots just looked slow on defense. They looked even slower on offense. Tom Brady looked older than you, which is saying something. And I wrote TB12 question mark. Because all of a sudden I keep getting ads for like his TB12 workout program. I saw the dude run on Sunday when he left, and Brady is moving out of the pocket. He's moving downfield. He's gained a yard. Now 2 yards. I'm like, oh, he can't. He runs like the $6 million man, like in slow motion. It's so bad. Like huge guys were catching up to him.
Yeah.
Has they haven't played like a good team in a while? Is that like
They played a bunch of horrible teams to start when they went on that big run.
Right. Yeah.
Then they lost to the Ravens. They lost to the Texans. This week they're going to lose to the Chiefs. Book it.
Oh, Johnny Big Balls over here.
Feeling,
Easy sport.
I was okay till that 12th cup of coffee.
That's
the 11th
right.
cup of coffee, I was still on the edge. No, I like my chances this weekend. I've never
I think
gone
you have a
into
good chance.
Foxborough with
I
more
mean,
confidence.
If you can continue to put pressure on him, he's not looking to get hit. He's throwing the ball away. I think I heard something today that he throws the ball away only second to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's not because he's not going to run. He's not going to scramble.
And he doesn't want to get hit.
He's gonna, 5 seconds. He's going to throw that
He
thing.
wants to go home and
Their
to the
defense
supermodel.
looked phenomenal for 8 months. 8 weeks against the Jets.
And they're still good.
Dolphins. They're good.
They're not great. They're
But
not,
if the Chiefs are on all cylinders and nobody gets hurt, I think that's going to be a fun game for me that I'm going to watch in my car because I'll be here at the club. Vikings Seahawks last night was fantastic. Game of the week.
Vikings Seahawks was a good game. I have no notes on it, so I'm
It
just
was
stalling.
after your bedtime. Seahawks at home were down, I want to say 10-7.
Yep.
Maybe 13-7.
10-7.
10-7 at the half.
Yep.
And they looked great. They came out guns a-blazing again in the third quarter, went up by a bunch of touchdowns, and somehow Cousins came back. He had, I think, midway through the third quarter, he hadn't thrown a pass for more than 5 yards.
That's not good.
That's not great.
No, you
and
don't.
then he
You
hit
wanna
somebody
throw
deep.
for more than 5 yards.
You know
I
my
have
fa-
that in my notes.
My favorite part of that game, my friend Lou's not going to be happy with this.
No, you have a friend?
I am out of fantasy football contention.
Oh.
Because Tyreek Hill got 0 points 2 weeks ago when I needed him.
Oh, he rode me to the championship last year.
He was great last year.
Fantastic.
So I had no chance this week. I barely looked at it at like 1 o'clock. My son was like, "Oh, I forgot to do my fantasy. Oh, I'm okay." And I'm like, "Oh, I never looked." I picked up a tight end because mine was injured. What's his name from the Panthers?
Yeah, like I'm going to know that.
Anyway,
Easy sport.
I picked him up on Wednesday when I was clear-headed, and I looked, and I never moved him off my bench. And the game had started. Greg
Oh
Olsen.
no.
So I'm like, And I go to look, all the available tight ends, like the top 10
Yeah.
in the first quarter. They all
They already
started. I'm like,
started already.
crap. And the kids are I had a million things to do. There was some guy in Seattle I'd never heard of. Put him in my lineup.
How'd that work out for you?
Last night I was playing my buddy Lou. He needed to beat me to make the playoffs. He had Stephon Diggs going against Hollister, the backup tight end on the Seahawks.
Victory!
Hollister won. And even more importantly, with a big lead, Cousins started throwing the ball all over the field.
Yep.
Not one went to Stephon Diggs. I thought he was going to get easily a couple of
Yeah.
points in garbage time. He needed 1 catch.
And he did not get it.
He didn't get it.
Oh, that makes you so happy.
My wife was like, "You happy?" I'm like, "I don't know. I got 8th place.
Yeah, right.
He's in 7th. We're both sitting there with nothing to do for the next 2 weeks."
Listen, if you can make somebody else miserable, that makes me happy. I don't know about you.
When he said he had to beat me to make it to the playoffs, I was like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm beating you." He's like, "Who do you want to win? One of these other schmucks?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's a very good, valid point. You're going to be miserable every morning at the gym, and that's going to make my life sad."
I feel very much at home in a comedy club when having that stance.
All right, let's look at the playoff picture with our remaining 2.5 hours.
Ooh. Oh, and also I got the power ranking too of the official ESPN top 10 teams.
Yeah, the Chiefs are low, right?
Sixth. Yeah, sixth. Not bad.
Baltimore.
49ers. They still got the Patriots at 3. Saints at 4. Seattle at 5. Seattle moving up with a bullet.
Casey Kasem live in the studio.
I can't go into a goddamn.
You bring me into a dead dog out of an upbeat, up-tempo song.
F it. We'll do it live. Oh, that's Bill O'Reilly.
AFC is way more exciting.
Yeah.
Because the Texans right now doing well, but they play the Titans twice in the last 4 weeks.
Oh, that's.
So that could flip-flop.
That can change a lot of fates.
The Bills 9-3.
Bills 9-3 are looking good for a spot. Who do they have left on their schedule though?
Oh, let me tell you, friend.
I knew Steve had a chart. See what I did there? I set him up.
They have a
professional broadcaster.
Hi. Around 7:25 every week, right, Sally? The words just
falls right out.
The Bills have a tough lineup. They play the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, tough.
So that's going to really affect the playoff standings this week.
Oh, and Pittsburgh, New England, and then the Jets is the only easy game they have left on their schedule. So they could potentially go 1-3.
And then that would knock them. I don't know if the Steelers are going to win out to catch them.
Who do the Steelers have left?
The Steelers. Let me tell you, friend. I wrote that down too.
Yeah.
Arizona.
All right. Win.
Buffalo. Jets, Baltimore.
Win.
They're 2-2.
They're 2-2.
Yeah.
So that's a 9-7.
Yeah. So there's gonna be something interesting there.
I
don't think the Raiders are sneaking in. The Colts are gonna be out. The Browns can go.
So we got the Texans. The Texans.
Titans. I think the big play is the Titans could leapfrog the Texans.
Only
if
one
they win.
team comes out of the South, though, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're thinking.
Let's see where Tennessee is. I don't even have them on the list. Will they still play in the NFL?
7-5.
They play the Colts.
All right. We can give them a win on that.
Okay. Oh, no, that's Tampa Bay. Never mind.
We're taking the win away.
Oh, they play Oakland. Win.
Win.
They play the Texans. The Saints, who may not have anything to play for.
Okay.
Because that's the week.
I'd still
16.
say I'm still going to dial them in for the L on that.
So Houston, they played twice in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, so then
with their future on the line.
That's it. Those 2 games are going to be huge.
And I'm trying to see if whoever sneaks in there be nice because they're tired when they play my Chiefs.
That's right.
I want people tired.
The Chiefs really, unless the total collapse, are going to kind of run away with the West, right? I mean, who?
That's a 99.5%.
Besides the Patriots, who do they have left after the Pats?
We have the Bears.
All right.
The Bears,
give 'em a win
the
on
Chargers, and the Broncos.
Oh, yeah, you got the lead. You're at least 3-1, right?
I
If
think I'm
not
winning
4-0.
out, bro. I really think I'm winning out. I think I'm going to be 12-4.
All right, bro. Totally. I think you will.
If only somebody else would show up. All right, next week.
Always available, Chris Donovan.
All you need is 45 minutes notice, and I'll be there. Hey, buddy, you got bacon? Niners play the Saints this week.
Niners play the Saints?
I put an asterisk.
Oh, what does that mean?
Did that word come out right?
Yeah,
a star.
As close as you need.
It's a Vonnegut a-hole. See? Never. Sally got that. She's learning. You ever read a book?
I did. That one luckily had a picture in it, right?
That's a great game. That's 1 o'clock. 49ers Saints. 49ers have had a couple of tough matchups. Ravens.
Yeah.
And now they got the Seahawks in 2 weeks.
If they hit that field goal, it's a different game, I think.
Oh. Yeah. And if I had a real job, I could pay my bills. This one, Monday night.
Kelly.
Monday Night Football.
Oh. What a disaster.
What did I write?
Black. From Mad Magazine.
From Mad Magazine, yeah. That's by Don
Martin.
Don Martin.
I was going to say Sergio Aragonés for a deep cut.
He was Spy versus Spy, wasn't he?
No. Spy versus Spy was the other guy. Aragonés was the guy who wrote in the columns. He wrote those little
really hard for me to follow this. It was too smart for me.
Yeah.
That is a Monday night game. Can they flex out of a Monday night game?
Yeah, they should.
But the Eagles, who are not good, are almost 9-point favorites.
All right. Well, I mean, they're better than the Giants. Let's face it.
This is one of those games I think the Giants put up a fight and really have a chance at winning. Covering.
If you cannot show up for your division rival, right, on a Monday night game,
Monday night game.
What are you going to do?
Who's going to be there? Giant fans?
Not me.
Not neither one of us. Who's going to watch?
Hard pass.
But I think that's going to be
full of Philadelphia.
70% Philly green.
Absolutely. Coming across the pike.
Maybe Carla Okerson will be there. It's actually closer to Philly
than
it is to most of New York.
That's right.
That was one big game. Vikings 70. Oh, Seahawks Rams. Big divisional contest there. That's a pretty good one on Sunday night. Depends on who
The Goff,
Ram
if Goff
team comes
actually
out.
shows up. Yeah.
Or even Gurley.
I think you pencil in the Seahawks for a win on that.
I
That would be
pencil in
my-
nothing. Everything is done in pen,
give
even
them
my
a-
Sudokus.
Can I give them a lock of the week?
Please.
I'm gonna look in the camera for this one.
You don't know which camera to look at.
I don't know where I'm gonna.
No, you're doing
Good. All right.
Good. Yeah.
Seahawks lock of the week.
With -1
I'd give
on the road.
I'd give 5. I'm not. Don't tell any bookie that.
Christopher,
What do you got for me, Steve?
we talked 60 minutes of almost all football. Little
Oh,
Mad Magazine,
yeah.
a couple of reach arounds, and
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl.
there was a little
reference.
Tecmo Bowl. There was
And
a lot
we
of
got
fried
in
chicken.
Lynn Swan reference.
We got a Lynn Swan. We got a Springsteen reference. We got a Brothers
And you got
Osborne.
chlamydia
I wasn't supposed to announce that on the air, but yes, thank you.
from the microphone. I meant.
Juice.
All right, hey, wrapping up. What's your podcast again, Christopher?
It's called the It's in Queens podcast. Comes out every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube.
And what's it about?
It's about everything you can do in Queens, which turns out to be more than you would think.
Really?
Yeah, you besides putting graffiti on trains.
You know what I want to do in Queens?
Leave.
Nothing. I don't like going to Queens.
Aw.
I don't like going anywhere. I don't love coming to Levittown. I do. Can't say I love it. It's far. I like my house, especially when it's cold.
Oh.
Hey, you know what else you should listen to?
Discover Long Island. No, wait, Long Island. Sorry.
Gave those a-holes a free plug. Great. Long Island Explained with me and my buddy Chris Roach. Every week we take a
Island
different
Explained.
Long Island
I can't
topic.
wait to get into the Harry Chapin one today. I didn't get to it yet.
All week, we talked to Jen Chapin, Harry's daughter.
Ah.
I edited the little video we do as a promotion. So I've been listening to Cats in the Cradle for 2 straight days.
Crying.
The same weekend, my wife decided to clean out the basement and go through the kids' toys and get
Oh,
rid of
you
what
were
we don't
crying.
need
I
anymore.
can't believe she said clean out, meaning I thought she was out the door. I'm like, oh. We all saw it coming, Steve.
Do we need this Woody doll?
Yes.
What about the little table and chairs? They're too big for that. Yeah, they are. They really are. And the Cats in the Cradle.
In my car right now is a full bag of books my wife threw out that I read to my son. I will not take them to Goodwill. I will not take them to Goodwill. I will, but I won't.
She'll show me this. We don't need
Have
this.
like a container, stick it in the attic, and put your
actually
favorite
have-
stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot. And even, you know what's bad? She was down there with my 2 sons, like divvying up the piles. He wouldn't give up. Like the little kids' chairs.
Yeah.
Oh, you
He's-
can't do it in front of your kids. You have to
No.
wait for them to go
No,
to school.
we want.
Leave.
They're part of it. But she's like, you don't want this anymore, right? And he started getting the Stevie quiver.
The lip.
Yeah, well, am I still sitting there? I'm like, still sitting it. The weight limit is like 30 pounds, bro. You're gonna crush that thing. We're keeping it.
My son cried over a Happy Meal toy he threw out that he got when he was 2.
That he doesn't even remember.
No.
I saw you
Absolutely
cry
not.
when the McRib went away. So,
I'm so upset
thanks for
about
stepping
that.
on my Long Island Explained plug. Anyway,
Oh,
we
sorry.
talk about something special on Long Island every week. And like you said, this week's episode is great. It's about Harry Chapin. I talked with his daughter, Jen Chapin. She shared a couple of tidbits about some big songs that I thought I knew the background to.
Yeah, we had her on the show. She's a really nice lady.
She's
Yeah.
very nice. And I thought Cats in the Cradle couldn't get sadder. And she shared something with me that made it even sadder. So, yeah, I'll be crying on the way home. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Long Island Explained. We got his plug. I'm going to be at the Mike Keegan and Friends show here in the Little Room.
Ooh.
Saturday night at 7:30. Again, the All-Star show on Sunday here in Governors of Levittown. And that Saturday show. Ooh, Mike Keegan and Friends puts on a nice show. John Consoli, Mike Keegan, Larry Izzo, Carla Okerson, Rich Retta, and so many. You know Rich Retta.
I do.
Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to working with him for the first time. And Thursday, I'm with Carrie Carabas somewhere.
Oh, I watched her film her special. Very
Yes,
good.
we were both there.
That's right.
And I'll show it to you, the opening where they show people walking into the theater. There's a very funny montage of you and a quick cut to me.
No way. Oh, can I put that on my IMDb?
No, but I noticed that I'm also carrying I'm walking past the camera with 2 tall boys in my hand. I'm like,
One of them was me.
look at Daddy. Look at Daddy going to the theater.
Hey, didn't you drive that night, Dad?
No.
No? All right.
All right. Hey, check out Governor's Comedy Club Radio. All the wonderful shows they have on here. Go to the Governor's Comedy Club Radio Facebook page. And, of course, every weekday from 11 to 1, check out our good friend Sally over there. She does a very fun show with Tony Walker and Eric Deleveland.
Exactly.
Shevland. His DNA is all right up in here. I'm going to drink Purell on the way home. Check out the Governor's Comedy Clubs this holiday season for all your fundraisers, and just come check out live comedy. We have one in Levittown. We have the Brokerage in Belmore, McGuire's in Bohemia. Always a fun time. And, of course, if you're hungry, check out Zorns of Bethpage. They're so wonderful. They sponsor this show. They sponsor Long Island Explained. Hopefully they'll sponsor one of my children. I'm going to dress them up like a NASCAR kid, just covered with pictures of fried chicken. And that's going to do it for this week, everybody. Come back next week where possibly I'm going to get this right. I'm going to get some part of the formula. Sometimes it's a comedian. Sometimes it's football. Next week, comedians on football. They're all going to be here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to my friend Chris D-Train Donovan, Sally O'Neill. My name is Steve Belanger. We'll see you next week. And hold.